This is, of course, the Alpha Navigator Cup Final, and we've got some extremely high-level play from these players. This is, of course, a special tournament that started during the alpha stages, the beta stages of Stormgate, and there have been 8 of these events going on, and now we're getting into the finals. Let's get in it. Let's get started. We've got the grand finals coming up here now. Theory versus Mixu, Infernal versus Vanguard, and spawning over here in the north, it is our red Vanguard player, the last Vanguard player standing, the man that has gone 6-1 in this tournament. He got eliminated at the beginning, has worked his way up through the loser bracket to make it to the grand finals. He is Mixu. And his opponent, with such a clean run, started in the winner's bracket, worked his way through, has been gone undefeated so far in this tournament. Hence him starting 1-0 in this series. It is our Infernal player, Theory. We've got a little bit of harassment, a little bit of shenanigans going. He's opted for the Iron Vault Conclave opening, leaving the gap here. Some players will go for like the double wall off here to kind of, prevent the dog from being able to do anything. But he's going for the opening here so he can kind of get out there and start creeping. Kind of more traditional, using both the Iron Bolt and the Conclave to kind of get out on the map. And there's the kind of scout off. Hey, what are you doing? What's happening? And look at this, already moving his way across so he can start creeping. And there's the first brute. Reason to get the brute initially instead of just going heavier into the Conclave is it's safer. It allows you to be able to get some of those fiends. It also allows you to kind of get some tanking aspect going, and he's going right in there to tank and absorb these shots. And here comes the doggo trying. The dog wants to go for this gaunt. He wants to be annoying, wants to harass, and we'll get a couple of extra hits, which does make a difference. Can't do much more behind all this, but we do see, oh, yes, we do. The mech bay is already up and running for Mixu, saying, I need the speed. I'm going to get out there and make something happen with some of this early stuff. Theory has been watching. He knows what his opponent has been doing, and this is going to confirm it once he gets this fiend in here to see. What are you doing? Oh, okay. You're going hedgehogs. Got it. And look at this, harassing, being annoying. We will see an expansion get dropped down there as well, as you see all these bobs kind of positioning himself there. In the meantime, Theory is continuing up with his creeping method, going to be taking control of the vision camps, coming over here. And again, this gaunt harassment is super important. There, you saw him pop that, slow down these units, and now he can start to get all of this harassment going. And we'll be able to kind of pull back towards the rocks. That's the kind of pullback period here, and we'll clean up all of these goats, get access to this speed camp here, position himself in a nice spot here. But oh, look at this, catches a little brute out on the map. That's why you go for this opening here, is because you get to be annoying, you get to be aggressive and start attacking. But this is dangerous. Hedgehog cannot fit through there. Only small units like the dogs, the fiends, and look at this. He's going to utilize the speed, and he's going to try to catch these units. Ooh, zip, 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 gets all over the place, and now he's going to be kind of positioning himself, take control of this resource camp. Both players are going to be expanding. I like this positioning here, this lock at the door. Hey, I've got a little bit of a shroud stone here. It's going to create some shroud for my troops to be able to kind of position themselves a little bit further out, allow to be able to get back and kind of really get myself in a good position to take this as my third. Oftentimes players will take this as their third base expansion, but when you open up with an opening like this, it progresses you much easier to kind of get this pocket expansion over here. But all of the camps are going to belong to Theory here. And how will Mixu respond to this? He's going to go and try to mess with the health camp here. He's going to be continuing up with his production here. We're seeing barracks get added on, and it's not a lot. Like, this is a small amount of troops here, which is like dangerous if he gets caught, right? The amount of fiends that are out here is scary. If you easily get a wraparound, then you're going to have no problem cleaning up and just taking the game. Mixu has to be very careful about how he is active on the map at this point. Yeah, look at this. We're going to run over there. We're going to speed up. We're going to be good to go. And the doggo checks, do you have a third base? No, no third base. Okay, good. No third base yet. Gets over here, does the reveal, sees the tower. He's basically just on the hunt, looking for information. But, oh, we're going to catch some slow units here. Oh, no, pulls back. I thought that was it. Thought he was going to try to get this little gaunt. Okay, here's the tech up. We already are there. It's already time. But, again, if you are investing in this push to go, you have less troops at home. It's like, no, get out of there. I do not want all these fiends in here. So, we see there is at least a sentry post here. We're seeing the habitats getting added in here. Continuing up with that mech production of the hedgehogs. We've got kind of control. We're getting some vision. You know, very active from both players here. But look at this, taking this out. But here comes the drop. Catches the hedgehog. Oh, Mixu does get it microed back. A second mech base here, but there's not much else here. The rest of the army is out on the map, so these forces are in trouble. Hedgehogs are still popping out here. The rest of the troops are coming back. We're going to see a big repair trying to keep these alive and mass repairing on each other, trying to stay alive the best they can. There is that overcharge, but it's not going to be enough to be able to keep all of them alive as one goes down, turns into a fiend, but will be able to push back after that as the rest of the forces show up and hedgehogs get in that anti-air mode. Third base coming out for both players. Theory slightly ahead, but this is kind of what you're hoping for, right? That annoyance. I'm going to be the one being out on the map, attacking you, right? How much damage does this guy do? Like none. Yeah, I'll be the one being out on the map, being the aggressor, pushing you, keeping you on your side of the map so you can't really deal with what I have going on here. And there we see good surround, cleans up these resources. Any little bit counts here. And there's the hedgehogs coming forward. Ooh, look at this. Oh my gosh, immediately gets the snipe and runs away. Amazing catch there. Doggo, what are you doing, Doggo? Just keep seeing where the army is. This as a repair robot's pretty nice. I like that. So, hedgehog dog build is going out great. We see the machine lab added in here, so that means that we are going to start getting access to those higher tech units, things like Atlas, things like that. But guess what? There's another Doombringer. Doombringers are essential. If yours dies, build another one. This is like key tips for any Infernal player. You need this to deal with a player here. Now, we've got a ritual chamber. Is this full of imps? Are we dive bombing? Are we getting some economic damage going here? We are going to be seeing a little bit of push up with the hedgehogs over at the third, but no, it's full of gaunts. And we will take control of the main base here. This is what you hope to see. When your opponent is distracted, they're attacking elsewhere, and you can start pushing in. You force the overcharge, you fall back, you kind of reposition here. At the same time, we are seeing a little catch. Trying to continue to poke up here, forcing a lot of fiends to just get eaten alive. There's not much here, but weavers are starting to pop out. Cleans up this camp at the same time. Oh, there we go. Abandoned ship. Let's get out of here. Bob's doing the best that they can to stay alive, but we are going to start to see some fiends pop out here as well. Got to be careful. In the meantime, there's the Weaver starting to grab some units. Hedgehogs doing their best. Microing, zipping around, trying to run all over the place here. He's got to be careful. I like this to transition into the heavy gaunt, heavy Weaver play. So we're going to be seeing, yep, there's a lot of conclaves. Heavy conclave build to be able to do this here. Doombringer zipping across. Hedgehogs trying to find an angle. We're seeing an additional base get added in here, but look at this. We'll clean this up. Another Shroud Stone's going to go down. This is kind of a delay tactic. Hey, slow down. Pay attention to me. Don't worry about this base. Oh, Gaunt's getting caught out for free. And look at this nice little shield here. And he's going to kind of get into the base, get some scouting off, seeing how many troops there are. In the meantime, Doomweaver. Oh, there they are. There's the Imp Explosion. And we'll kind of drop in there and clean up that mineral line. At the same time, this push is not done with. He's got to be careful, though. The Weaver is back, and there we go. We'll start to see him kind of move, slowly march his way forward. It's hard to push in at this base. We've got a couple of hedgehogs here that are going to continue to try to lock in, but he's got to get himself out of there and zips away. This is a tough spot to hold, but this is a fourth base. This is not necessary to what Theory has going on. He's already got his third base over here on the left-hand side, so we're in this kind of position of Mixu's trying to get something done, trying to find an angle to attack, and the Hedgehog play is working out very well. He hasn't really lost too many in this. He's been very good about keeping them alive. We did get to see some of those imps drop down, explode like banelings, so there is a little bit of that economic loss, but easily reproduce and refilled up on his economy because he has so many shrines up. In the meantime, we are seeing, oh, trying to take another base. And look at these imps. Oh, immediately get cleaned up here, but trying to get some damage done. So I like this. Still worrying about these Doombringers. Boom, big anti-air. Let's go into anti-air mode for a second here. But we are going to be taking a 4th base taken here for Mixu. Switching it over to the left-hand side here. And, you know, a little bit safer potentially here, but dangerous if you come on this high ground. And Theory, continuing up, says, all right, we're going long. Let's split this map, man. I'm taking the whole right-hand side of the map. I'm taking the entire bottom. You do what you need to do. I'm going to do what I need to do, and we'll see what we can make happen here. 30 seconds left for this vision camp. Kind of lets you know where the hedgehogs are, which are out here, being able to help clean up and take care of all of these health camps. No problems. Again, more health available to you, the easier it's going to be. More vision camps going to start getting taken here. There is, of course, our resource camps in the center, which are going to be a very important contention points. Vulcans added in here. This is nice. We'd like to see that. A little bit of Lancers added in, as well as the med tech. So we're starting to kind of see this nice, well-rounded army start to get created for Mixu, right? Lancers, good dealing damage, absorbing some hits, as well as being able to have the speed of the hedgehogs for the high DPS here. Vulcans, though, have that extra damage, right? They deal damage in a line, right? Unit attacks deal damage in a line. They're similar to Tychus if you ever played Heroes of the Storm, the way that his, like, Q ability works there. But yeah, look at this. Oh, let me come in and snipe a couple of those resources. Forces you to pop. And look at this. We do see the eating taking place here. Yeah, let's start grabbing some of those bobs. Get off of here. This is a cool army, this heavy, gaunt Weaver army here, where your whole goal is to infest units, make fiends, and then use your Weavers to eat those fiends. But the space is starting to get up, but it's not very well saturated and hard to really get going with it because, you know, there's an army all over the place. And, oh, this is the power of the hedgehogs. Get in, get out. Zip, zip, zip. We'll zip over there, kill that, and then try to run away. He's got to be careful. Some of them are very low. Yep. Vulcan's here, though. If he commits too much, he's going to be in trouble. We saw that sprint of the Vulcan diving its way forward, trying to get involved in this fight. But, wow. Look at this. Theory says, okay, you're paying attention over to the right-hand side. I'm taking over the entire map. I'm spreading out like a Zerg player would and going for everything. We're going to take the whole left-hand side as well as the bottom side of the map. And you have no way to deal with this because I have an army over here. Hellborn's getting added in. You saw that shotgun blast. There's the Vulcans diving their way forward here. We're going to jump right on top of this army here. And we do see that nice effigy coming out, trying to add a little bit of extra health for all these forces here. But it's going to be pretty much just Weavers left alive. Where is the extra support? They're crumbling under the power and the DPS of the Vulcans, of the hedgehogs. And look at this, immediately shredded. There's so much investment into the extra bases, not as much into the army. Where's the rest of it? We see a decent amount building up here, but that's not going to help. A bunch of gaunts against this? No way. So this expansion is going to go down. And now we're going to see there are the gaunts coming over here. He's going to try to get us around, try to get the Weavers in here. Vulcans charging the way forward. Oh, I heard the imps. They're coming up. Get ready for the explosions. Oh, Vulcans coming forward here and charging. There they go, blowing up. And we'll get some of these Vulcans in the process here. Great little surround there and trying to take these troops out. But Lancers still in the front, still single targeting down the best that they can. Vulcans getting added in, but here come the Gaunts. Vulcans need to start single targeting these down, slicing through all of these. And there we see a lot of the units falling for both players here. There's not much left, though, for Mixu with this attack. And he is forced to run away. Will lose some of these Vulcans in the process here and left only with 2 troops, nothing that you need for this fighting force here. All of those resources finally paying off for that big influx of productions. This is the power of, you know, being locked in on what you're supposed to be doing on reproducing your units, right? They are cycle based on how they produce. So you need to have multiple production facilities so you can do this. And look at this. Oh my gosh, he's going to find this base. It's like, what are you doing here? And we're going to see some sentry posts come down. Oh, imps. Yep. Oh, here we go. There we go. The Shadow Flyers coming out here. So these are, hey, are you going for any drops? Right? Is that what you're playing? Well, I'm going to deal with it. But here's the army. We're coming across. Again, brutes aren't as effective here. They're meat shields in this army. Their whole goal is to also make additional fiends that you can be able to eat with your weavers. But now he's going to move his way forward here. Vulcan's going to try to be annoying, trying to delay this. Nice little stun. Look at that. He stunned that weaver here with that dive forward here. Very effective here. And oh my gosh, Spriggan's out of nowhere. Where did you come from? He goes, hey, if your opponent is going to be going for all of these anti-ground units, what happens if I just get a bunch of a bunch of air units to deal with it? Can you deal with it? Well, the Vulcans are trying their best to clean up everything on the ground. They will, but at what cost? Where are the Exos? Where is anything to deal with these? This Spriggan transition definitely caught Mixu by surprise here. They don't deal very much damage, but they are definitely annoying to deal with. And look, even an Atlas coming out, and you're like, oh, there's some more anti-air. There we go. Now we've got a little Hedgehog, but that can easily get single targeted down here. And they're popping the shields, trying to keep the Atlas alive, trying to charge it up. Nice dive in, killing off the Weaver. Again, the ground forces, no problem here. We can be able to clean those up easily. But the air, we have a difficult time dealing with. And Spriggans, though, they don't really deal much damage. So they are going to be able to get in here and start tickling a lot of the troops here, but will be kind of falling back, regrouping up. I like this surprise Spriggan deal. That's cool. 3 missiles with each attack. On hit, reduce the enemy speed. Very cool. All right, Bob's repositioning their way over on the left-hand side here. And we do see, okay, adding in some Hornets. We're finally starting to get some anti-air coming out here. But is it going to be enough? We do see some more Hedgehogs coming in here. More Imps going to start utilizing themselves. That's the power of having all the bases on the map. You get so many Imps that you can just turn into bombs and start blowing up your opponent's army. And here we go. Hornets coming in. There's the next big push of the ground forces. The Hornets are trying to help out, but they also need to be dealing with the Spriggans. Do they have enough here? This is going to be tough. Oh, all the Hornets are going up here, and they are running the block. They're trying their best to hold on the line here. Atlas on the high ground. Again, very good anti-ground stuff, but that transition into the surprise Spriggan. Oh, even the Shadow Flyers coming in, going to make sure that there are no air units left alive here. And as Theory moves his way forward, marches his way in on broken ground, says this map belongs to the Infernal Swarm. We're coming in. We're taking over. You can hold off as long as you can, but there is no way that you will not join our army as I infest you with gaunts. And GG is called. Theory takes a 2-0 lead here in this best of 7 series. What a start to this series. What a start, guys. Love to see it. I mean, Mixu played very well with the mech play being out on the map. He got some damage done, but then it just became that thing that we see time and time again where a player is stuck. They are constantly seeing, oh my gosh, there's so much attack coming my way. There's so much going on. I've got to deal with this pressure, and then they miss out on all these expansions their opponents take because they aren't able to get out there and do all that extra scouting, right? It's different when you're like, okay, as a Vanguard player, my scout is a dog. I don't want to waste and send like a random Bob out there. I need that for my economy. I don't want to send a random Lancer out there. I think you can afford to send one Lancer. If you've got a Lancer, if you've got a Hedgehog, zip around the map every now and again and do those checks and see so you don't get caught like that where you're going, my opponent has all the bases. And that great push in there where he was using those Vulcans and diving in and pushing on that 3rd base there or 4th base or whatever number base that was over in that pocket right outside the natural there was really good and really well timed, but it was very, very tough to deal with. Grand finals here of the Alpha Navigator Cup. And we've got our doggo running across the map, but let's introduce our players spawning up here in the north. It is our red Vanguard player, currently down 0-2, but made a great run, 6-1 in this tournament right now. He is known as Mixu. His opponent spawning in the south, currently leading the series 2-0, undefeated in the tournament. He is Theory. Okay, we've talked about the creepness of this map. talked about some of the features. There are 2 watchtower locations that you have to be worrying about. Health camps, lots of resources camps. There are probably more resource camps on this map than almost any other one. There are 4 resource camps available. The big thing is, because it is Secluded Grove, there is this center location with lots of resources available. You can drop in here, you can break the trees, find ways to do it. It's hard to get a third base on this map because it's far away, all right? It's, you know, off in the corner, hard to deal with, hard to get. There's also these pocket expansions if you wish to go and try to expand upward. That is one of the ways to be able to utilize it. This one is, though, I think the biggest area of contention for a lot of players right there in the center because of the extra resources. Doggo's on the hunt, looking around for extra resources as we speak. Mixu going for the early expansion first. We'll see where he goes from there. Shrine's coming down. Getting that conclave added in here, so we're going for the double conclave opening. But this imp, are we going to be walling up here, getting a nice positioning? Nice meat farm. So this is really cool. I like doing stuff like this, you know, getting a little bit of protection here, especially if your opponent's going to be going for dogs, you know, things like that, because you're going to get just like extra creep stuff up there to be able to help you out. But, you know, we talked about this before, you know, you're going to be creeping up. Very necessary here. Not going for like a super aggressive creeping strategy. Like sometimes people will break these trees and then like wrap all the way around. That often happens in the mirror matchup, but not really happens when you are seeing Infernal versus Vanguard player like we're seeing here. So it's really just kind of that normal, let's creep out and take all the stuff right now. The dog. He saw the Shroud Stone, but this is a very quick third base. This is a heavy investment, and this is kind of going, hey, I feel like you're not going to be aggressive. You don't seem like you're going to be out in my face this time around, but we're going to see Bioplay coming out here. Biokinetics Lab, 2 barracks going on, and guess what? Fiend will get all the scouting information, confirm everything that's going on the map here. Try to fight some bobs there before he is killed off. But really the big thing is the next stage of the game is going to become very difficult for Mixu. Mixu is going to have to start being aggressive and try to find an angle to attack. There's going to be sort of one available over on the left-hand side, sort of one on the right-hand side. You can get up here and start dealing a lot of damage to the Shroud Stones, but like it's not going to be what you are hoping for. Right, there's a lot of gaunts out already. Iron Vault's getting added in here. Double Shroud Stone. This is kind of the decision making of players that are going for the economic route. I'll invest heavily into these defensive structures, really make sure that I'm safe and in a better spot for kind of whatever push you might come, and just get more ahead that way. And we'll see the resource camps getting cleaned up around the map. This is kind of, you know, one of the ways that Mixu can kind of utilize that, as he's only on 2 bases here, but he's got a lot of barracks, so he's really going to be pumping out a heavy bioforce for this. Look, Fiend's coming over here trying to get the confirmation, because again, you see when the stuff is taken. You know when it's taken on the map. Oh, here come the Fiends. They'll catch him. Oh, I think he stole it. I think he did. I think he got that last hit in there. It does matter about the last hit on who actually gets the resource camp, so I think he did get it. All right, lots of Lancers coming out, though. This base is up and running now. We're seeing look even more defensive structures here. Extra Shroud Stone, extra farm coming out here so he can be ready to go. But basically saying I'm cutting off any additional camps that you might have, and this is by utilizing this play of economics theory is saying you can have all the camps. You can be out on the map. You're investing into more units. You're investing more into this push. And I'm investing into my economy. I'm going to be weak right now, but strong soon. It's a lot of resources into this. Yep, we'll see. Here he goes, moving his way forward here. The Gaunt's going to try their best to make something happen. That's a lot of Lancers, though, that you have to deal with, and a lot of resources invested in it. Can he catch it? There are so much protection here. Look at this. He's got so many Shroud Stones. One's on the high ground dealing some damage, but guess what? Gaunts are glass cannons. Weak. They shatter under pressure here, and that's what's happening as these Lancers are jumping on top of this base. got to be careful. He's found an angle where he can still deal damage, and Theory, though, has responded by dropping inside of the main base of Mixu. Mixu's trying here to respond. He was able to take quite a bit of damage here. A bunch of Bobs were able to evacuate, but that's about it. The economic damage of being able to retreat, not so much of actually dying and losing troops, but more of retreating and getting out of there. In the meantime, this base is forced away as an additional Shroud Stone has spawned in here, preventing Mixu from finishing off this base, dealing a lot of damage, allowing more Shroud Stones to come up. So great hold from both players without taking significant actual damage here. We do see Doombringer repositioning itself to try to continue up with this harassment. Health Camp being utilized by Mixu. This is one of those really strong, powerful plays, and the next push is going to be even harder to deal with. Here he goes. Says, I don't care about your Shroud Stone. Oh, the first Weaver is out, though. That is really nice to see. He's been utilizing his extra economy to kind of help tech him up into this later stages here, but that's a lot to deal with here as the Lancers pounce on top of this, and they are dealing quite a bit of damage, but where's the rest of the support here? We are seeing some Brutes coming out here. The Weaver is still being annoying, but that can just kind of get picked up and saved here. And look at this. Units falling back over here to kind of heal up. There's the Weaver finding his way tucked in there inside with all those imps. Lancers coming up here. Next wave coming up. Is he going to just kind of fall back and heal up again and then go in, or is he just going to keep going, hold that W, and just go forward here? As he's going up, he's slicing and dicing his way forward. Weaver's moving their way forward. Brute's coming up too, but again, he's just trying to get any little bit of damage. Lots of Shroud Stones coming out here, additional Conclave, so nothing is getting broken yet, but it's not over and done with this attack. Just jumped on top of all the Gaunts. Oh, that's huge. A bunch of Gaunts goes down, and now we can fall back. You can see these units are powering up. All these little yellow markers here are showing that we are rank 1 veteran, meaning we get more health, we get more damage out of them. Behind this, a third base is getting taken in the center. Exo is getting added in here. Additional damage. Oh, there's the big upgrade. That is a very scary thing to see. Your army just shatters under all this here. You go, well, that push is now in a lot of trouble. So we have a third base over here. We have a fourth base now coming down here. And Mixu says, I'm going to be the one keeping the pressure, keeping you defending and trying to deal with this. But we do see those explosive imps making a huge difference in defending this. This location is a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit scarier to kind of help deal with, but it is not okay for him to be able to push in knowing that there are the explosive imps. So Mixu trying to find another angle to get in here. Might be going for this vision camp. Going to be going over, just scouting and checking. The Weaver, though, is going to find this base. And this base is free. There's nothing here to defend this right now. There's, of course, the break in the trees. We do see a couple of Exos just arrive. Blowing up them. Oh, the imps. Oh, no split there. And we will see even more explosions. This is huge. They're all trapped, trying to leave. Ooh, good hits, good hits. So we love to see these little imp drops coming out here. In the meantime, Exos moving their way in. They're trying to find an angle. There are a few Shroud Stones, but that's about it. These guys are beefed up. The army repositioning from the third base, going to come over here and be able to clean this up. Chase them away. Fiends getting the surround, trying to trap them. They're forced back, running, repositioning. Where's the rest of the fighting force? There it is. I was like, he's got to be having the rest of it somewhere, and it is going for the third base here. So he says, hey, pay attention to me. Look, look, look. I got a couple of Lancers. But there's still so many Shroud Stones, so many meat farms here. Is he going to get this army here? Oh, he's going to try for the sandwich. Look at the Lancers coming in, trying to find the angles. They're getting over here. And look at this. We do see that totem get dropped down to try to add a little bit of Shroud onto these forces. Lots of Exos added in. They're the high DPS of this Vanguard army. And you see them shredding through and just melting. Oh, big, big, big imp push. Run, run, run. Ooh, no hits off. Great micro there for Mixu. Cleans up these Weavers, and he's going to keep pushing. He's all in on pushing forward here with these forces. He's got he's got an extra base behind this compared to his opponent. Two, really, if you count that center with how much resources are actually there. And oh, imps. Decent hits, decent hits. These guys are starting to get pretty low here. A lot of Exos, though, still left alive, which is the dangerous part here. He's trying to find where is the angle. He groups back up, but that's the dangerous part. Ooh, nice blocking there using the Lancers as the tanking method. Oh, will he get that? He gets a little bit of the plague off So you see a couple of these units are getting very weak now. The next rally is coming up, though. He realizes he cannot end it here. He's got to regroup, reposition, find another angle to kind of hit his opponent and find that way to kind of bust through here. This is getting scary, though, for Theory. He's losing a lot of forces. He's gotten very high, heavy tech units, and they've all been killed off. So now he's sitting here with his gaunts, with his few brutes that he's got. He's got a few additional production facilities that he's added in here to try to kind of help with this cycle, but this is the scary part. All these units that were alive sitting here at that level 1, soon to be level 2, are going to get powered up here and get ready for the next stages. And they're getting healed up. He'll send some Lancers in. Exos coming out front. They are high damage and have a decent amount of health once you start leveling them up, right? Starting at 150, they're not as tough and hardy as our Lancers, but still very... Oh, here's the Imps trying to sneak their way forward. Can he micro through? And, oh, does try to split, loses quite a few in the process, but here's the big Lancer move that we needed. There's the med tech getting added in here. The next stage of the Bioforce is getting even stronger. Imps trying to come in here, trying to blow up, and shave off a few, but not many hits that he was hoping for here. Weaver tries to do the grab, but actually misses there. I didn't know you could miss with the grab. There we go. We see the Fellhogs trying to come and be a barrier, but that's a big fighting Bioforce here and going to start overwhelming the amount of forces Theory have. More higher tech units are coming up, but what can he do is the Lancers take this base out, start taking out the Shroud Zone. Oh, lots of Imps. Great explosions there. Will start microing his way forward here, taking out the Weavers. GG is called after that base fell. He knew he couldn't keep up. He knew his opponent had that 4 bases there. He knew that that expansion in the center was just going to keep getting better and better. And we see Mixu tying the series, well, not tying it up, but taking a game, going 2-1 in this best of 7 series. We are jumping into another match on Broken Crown here. Let's get things going. Spawning up in the north, it is our Vanguard player. Taking the last series in powerful bio fashion, he is known as Mixu. And in the south, our Infernal player, who is currently undefeated in series. Have dropped maps, but not series. He is Theory. Little dog Myco, seeing the same opening. Now, Theory dominated this map in their first match. He sat there and he took over the entire map. That time, Mixu was going for a little hybrid mech bio using hedgehogs and things like that, which the speed is really cool. It makes sense. Oh, look at this, a little annoyance here. Dog sitting here and attacking and trying to keep his opponents at bay. A little scout going off. In the meantime, we are seeing the barracks coming out. Getting our little supply depots added in here, our habitats. And we'll see where is the transition here, right? We haven't taken our expansion yet. We didn't go like an expansion first. Kind of a safe opening for Theory, though, with the Brute and our lovely little gaunts going forward. I'm going to start creeping, taking control of these resource camps. First Lancer is out. Second Lancer's on the way. Mech Bay is getting added in here. So we're going for a similar plan here. Let's get some hedgehogs. Let's get out on the map. Let's be utilizing, since it is such a big map, let's do something about it. And oh, check this out here. Hey, what up? You want to fight? I'm going to take your gaunt. And here we go. Oh, I didn't know who caught it. It was so close. Could have gone either way there. Lancer, though, is going to get caught and die in this fight here. Dogs coming back to try to help. They are infested, so those are now fiends in this army. And here comes the push, moving its way forward here. Oh, and he deleted his barracks to be able to rush to this. So we're going to see a hedgehog come out, but at what cost here? That is also good indication here as the fiends move their way forward and they see that and they go, you haven't taken your base yet. I'm going to get ahead now. I'm going to take my base behind all this. Resource camp's going to get taken. Nice little safe utilizing our fiends to be able to do this. We'll kind of move our way forward here toward the speed camp and keep up this pressure. Dogs just checking things out. First hedgehog's out, and now we're going to see the bobs move down and be able to get the expansion going. There's the vision camp. Let's get some more info, lock down this area so we know what's going on, what's happening here. But here comes the little scout out, checking things out. Says, okay, you're over there. I'm not going to let you have any more information right away for free. We'll be able to clean up all these, get a couple more fiends. And we'll try to get this resource camp. It's dangerous to do, though. Here we go. Catching a nice little gaunt in the process here. That's your goal, right? Try to get a little bit of damage. Get in, get out. Speed fiends, though, are going to try to chase you down. You got to be careful because they could get a nice surround here. Another hornet is going to, or another hedgehog is added in here. So many animal names for the Vanguard players. Going to be able to fall back, though, and kind of secure. Okay. Nothing lost. That's the key thing. Will we end up losing stuff? What the? Get out of here. Little fiend coming in and being annoying. I love this positioning here with the Shroud Stone, though. That's something I like a lot. If you're not going to go for this forward base and like put a Shroud Stone or something here to help you creep, we are seeing it go like this. So securing both bases here, we're going to have to keep an eye on when the Greater Spire starts to get added in. Once the economies power up a little bit, that is going to be the next step for Theory, getting into there and going for drop play, because if you're playing Infernal, you have to learn how to drop. It's the best way to play at this moment and with the amount of units and the units that are available in the game. We do see nice little push. Let's slow things down a little bit over there. Really, that was just kind of, we're attacking and moving and attacking and moving kind of thing. All right, all the vision is on Theory's side. We see pockets over here, right? All these camps belong to it. Lots of vision available. And the little spot that there was not, the dogs are coming forward, the hedgehogs are coming forward, and we're going to start putting some pressure on. Let's get a tower and get out, huh? Let's see. Are there anything else coming in? Yep, there's the army. Lots of fiends coming in. A free gaunt. Ooh, nice little micro here. This is going to be dangerous, though. This is what happened last time where the army got caught. If he can be able to escape out of here, this will be a nice little victory. And, oh, got to get up the ramps. He's trying to catch the army. A little bit of a dance. Can he get out? Can he get out? He does. Look at that. Lines his way up. We'll take a couple extra hits here. The fiends are trying to chase him down. And whoa. The dogs. I was like, what happened? The dogs died. That's the thing about the infestability that the gaunts have. It's actually a dot. A damage over time that will happen. So they'll slowly lose health. So this is a little bit scary here. We do have, of course, the ability to repair. Our next mech bay is here. Can we get up there? The thing is, a third base is coming down here for Theory. So it's like, all right, mech is slow. It takes a while to build up to the really scary numbers. So let's get stuff ourselves ready. And, oh, Bob's coming over here, are wanting to expand, but not going to be able to because the Doombringer is here. We talked about how important this drop play is. In the meantime, we're checking to see, is there a third base? Can I run in here and deal some damage? Maybe. Lots of hedgehogs out, though. They can go anti-air mode and lock themselves in place. Not really able to do this. Knowing that there's going to be a third base, seeing the bombs that we're coming across, we're going for a fourth base. Theory is saying, perfect. I'm staying a base ahead of you. What are you going to do about this? And hedgehogs are coming over here, and they're going to catch a couple of troops. Lots of fiends, but we don't really care, right? As long as we don't get surrounded. Oh, I don't know. It looks like it might have been to Theory. Ooh. Losing one of the hedgehogs. But as things go, that's not too bad. This is the part where I keep talking about you need to know where you are base-wise. Right? Is your opponent sitting there? Are they going to be ahead of you? Maybe. Maybe they will be. Are they going to be ahead of you base-wise? Probably. And that's why this dog's coming over here. Does get the confirmation. Now, please, please, please go check over here too. There they go, zipping their way forward. He does. He sees it. Okay, this is a great. You're getting on here, getting a production facility. You're going to be able to deny this base. There's no way that he's going to be able to save it. And if he does come over here to save it, this is weak, so you can snipe it out later. And he's going to be able to fall back. But that's not a lot of fighting forces. Yeah, that's a lot of gaunts, but your hedgehogs easily out DPS that. Where are the weavers in this? They're not here. They're coming over here. There's the emergency shroud stone. Oh, nice little weaver is hidden inside of that Doombringer. That was cool. So we can come over here. We can clean up the little doggo. No more vision. We're taking a third base. But now it's like, okay, a lot has been invested in his expansions. I need to really repair up my stuff and be ready to go for the next stage. Oh, man, look at these. So low. We're starting to get some upgrades going, though, for him, right? Veterans. Moving his way around. Going to get the health camp. That's so much easier than having to worry about just the med bay. And now we're going to get the fourth base up. But how well is he going to be able to capitalize on harassing his opponent? There's another Doombringer working its way over to the north, knowing that there's going to be some vulnerability here. The army is moving its way to the center. And no responses yet. How much? Oh, imps. Let's clean him up. Nicely done. Very quickly is able to utilize that. And oh, this expansion's in trouble now. So now we see the rest of the army. The Infernals have marched their way across here, and this base is in danger. We do see some pulls from the weavers grabbing these hedgehogs, saying, no, get back here. You're not going to be able to run away. And there we go. It will have to be destroyed. Oh, doesn't get the cancel off, so there goes some resources in it. Atlas is finally added into the mix here, and we will see some additional firepower helping out here. But look at this. This push is going to be even scarier than you thought. The Weavers are so hardy, so tanky. They have so much health compared to some of these other troops that we've got here. And now he's going to just kind of knock on this third base. Says, I'm coming in. You cannot stop me here. Let's get some additional health coming out here. That's the main point of throwing down this Doombringer here. Let's get some Shroud down on the ground that I can be able to get in here and get that extra health added onto all of my Infernal units. And there, look at all of these free bobs. These are now going to become part of the army and turn into fiends. Boom, Atlas grab. That's huge here, and we'll be able to, oh my gosh, he pulled his own Weaver out of the way. And this guy is shielded up, so he's going to stay alive for a while here. But now the troops are kind of split. Half of them were fighting this one Atlas that had an armor, and a couple of the troops were up here fighting hedgehogs by themselves. The base does go down, though. That's huge. And now GG is called, knowing that there is nothing he can do in this position. Theory takes game number 4 here in a 3-1 lead in this series. What a game. What a game. Weavers, good unit. Wow, what a game. I mean, we got to see again the hedgehog play is really good about zipping and around and doing this. You know, Mixu identified correctly there are 4 bases this time. He knew that that was coming. He tried to take his own 4th base there, but then it was like that window where we got to see imps drop down, deal some economic damage. Cool, you can't get as much into your tech, into your mech that you want. So now that means that I can be able to find a better positioning here, and we're going to be going back to Secluded Grove, the one map that Mixu was able to win in this series so far. He says, this is the one I want. Theory versus Mixu. All right. Spawning up here in the north. It is our undefeated player, currently sitting 3-1 in this best of 7 series. He is known as Theory. His opponent trying to make his way back in this. He's climbed his way through the loser bracket. He has gone 6-1 in series so far in this tournament. He is our blue Vanguard player known as Mixu. Okay, where are we going? What are we doing? Normal conclave, not going for the like defensive one. This is something that, you know, Theory really likes going for. I'm hit or miss. Some days I go for the defensive, some days I go for like the more the wall off oriented stuff. Like in this case, if you're close to some imps, you're not that worried about a dog. The dog is going to be running around getting some resources, though. And we're going to see an expansion first. Command post is out. Let's start mining. Let's start dumping our resources this way. In the meantime, we're going to see expansion come down. Theory is also going to start creeping out. Start getting ready for that. Next adventures here. There it is. I was like, Iron Vault should be next. And he's waiting, right? He's on the defensive mode. Doesn't want the dog to come in and just snipe if he goes out. Like, this is different. Like, if you were going for Infernal versus Infernal play, you could be able to sit here and get away with that. But we are going to see. Ooh, there's the dog. Got to be careful. He's like, you can't just kind of go wandering around without a friend, or you will end up dying. This is a dangerous part. He's got to be ready for that kind of kite back. And look, you see how he'll hit one and it immediately spreads to the other ones and puts a dot on them. That's kind of the power of the Gaunt and a really cool way of doing things. But Doggo's just going to be annoying over there, but really should be coming over here to be annoying. And now we got the Fiends out. No problem. Uncontested Fiendry going out here for Theory. Gets the speed as well, which is important. Now, where is the tech and production going to go? We're going to see Barracks coming out here. Biokinetic Lab coming out here. So heavier bio play. And there's the first Lancer coming out here, actually. And we'll be getting caught up here with those speed camp helping those Fiends. Look how fast they are. Oh my gosh, the dog is now a part of the Infernal Army. So is this Lancer as well. And that was a great capture there, utilizing that speed camp to allow his Fiends to get the surround that he needed in order to do that. Now we can just kind of continue safely, knowing his opponent is kind of stuck over there. So it's going to be interesting to see where our transition goes, how fast he decides to go for it. But in this time, it's all about building up the economy, all about creeping uncontested. And we'll see kind of the Lancers for Mixu going around, knowing that he also needs to be doing his own creeping to prevent his opponent from taking the entire map. All right, you don't want that to be happening, so you've got to be out there, but you got to be careful about how you're pushing up. All right, this is dangerous. Ooh, catches a couple, but that's, you know, again, you get caught out here like this and you have no way to get close to the Gaunts, you're going to be in a world of hurt here. But he cleans up all the Fiends and can now start backing up a little bit. That's the important part, waiting for more Lancers to get in here. And now he'll be okay of saying, all right, you can't necessarily kill me here. You could do some damage, but I'm not really that worried about it. All right, these are very hardy units that aren't going to just die very quickly. We'll just kind of fall back and get into that healing up mode. And, ooh, the Lancers are walking all the way over here. This is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking here if he can get up there and actually get the damage. Oh, he's sitting on top of the healing thing, though. And so he can just kind of stay alive as long as he needs to. And now he can start getting in there and actually gets on top of a couple of those Gaunts, close to killing them, but he's got to be careful. There they go. Oh, he didn't fall back in time to get to the healing thing. And this is going to be dangerous, especially as the Doombringer is here. Look at this. Loads up his troops. And now it's like, okay, if you're going to be doing this, can I push up here and do more damage? Nope, you don't have a third base. That is great to know. What do I have over here to deal with this? Where are the Bobs going? Bobs, where are you going? Are you trying to take a third base? Here's the Doombringer. What angles? There's nothing in the main base. Ooh, that's what you love to see. And he's going to come over here, creep this out, take this over, and we'll be able to load up and have some Fiends to kind of help him. All right, Lancer's coming out here. Catches the Doombringer, and now you're in that panic mode of, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with this? And oh, look at that Fiend. Perfect. Knew exactly what was going to be happening here. So that means Doombringer can now move up here to deal with this. And this is the frustrating part if you're a Vanguard player of going, I'm just trying to stay in this game and creep and do the things that I'm supposed to do. And you're over here dropping Doombringers on me and stopping me from being able to expand like I want to. Now this base will not die here. He will lose all the Bobs that were here, which is frustrating to deal with, but it was able to get finished and completed, so now we can start sending the Bobs on over and getting this location secured and ready. So, you know, getting a third base up before your opponent is always a great feeling, especially when you're like, okay, I know mine is finished. I have my economy up and running on it, but he's got to be careful because this will happen, right? You start transferring troops over here, and you get a couple of Bobs for free, Get in, get out, and still just keep your opponent annoyed and stuck where there's a lot of Lancers moving across the map. How much defense do we have here? Not very much. There's one Shroud Stone. This is great because it is not going to be killed off very easily. But this is even better. There's the scout off. Let's go kill this for free. Doombringer is starting to creep over here. This also allows these troops to heal up a little bit, giving them that extra white health. Cleans that up. Gets the speed camp. Forces the cancel over here. So Mixu putting himself in a good position, but still has to deal with this Doombringer drop. And they are just being annoying. Oh, trying to clear up the pathway a little bit. Making sure he can kind of chase these guys down a little bit more. And now we see Theory going for his third base. Trying to find that angle over there on the left-hand side. And, yep, they go. They cut through the trees. They say, this is my base now. Yes, there are Doombringers that I have to worry about dropping my way in here. But I can be able to position myself to deal with this. And look, he's got Exos added onto here. He can start swinging his way north to where he knows his opponent is probably going to be trying to take his own third base because he's now behind. Weavers added into the mix. We're starting to see that higher tech. And this is going to be a very important unit to watch in our fight when it comes down to it. It's got that get over here, grab ability to yank units towards it. It also is very hardy, has a lot of health, and can eat these fiends to heal. So that's why brutes added in here are both the tank, but also to make more fiends. Oh, the miss. Oh, no. That hurts. That hurts. You clicked right over here somewhere on the map, and then all of your troops split up and start going there. There's the explosion. Imps trying to come here. Only hit about one unit. That's tough. It's tough. Fall back, heal up, regroup up. Weaver. Oh, my gosh. That would be a juicy hit to be able to grab that. And he sees it moving, starting to take out the white health very quickly. There's the imp doing a little bit of damage. Only taking white damage. Oh, there it goes. He is focusing that down. Look at this. He was trying to consume it. You saw that white health immediately fill back up as he ate some of the fiends, but the Weaver is going to be dead. Oh my gosh, that was huge. Nice imps coming from behind, taking out some of these Exos, but we lost the Weaver in the process. Bio is much cheaper to replace than some of these higher tech units. But there we go. Boom. Good shotgun blast from the Hellborn here, being able to sit here and spread behind it. This base is up. Seeing some Shroud Stones, still keeping the pressure here. So this is kind of like that opposite that we saw in the previous game of, you know, Theory was the one keeping the pressure on. Now it is going to be Mixu keeping the pressure on. But see the Doombringer coming out here, not really having much to drop in this place here. And we see a couple of the Fiends getting in here, but really they're just kind of immediately going to be killed and cleaned up here. Where's the rest of the forces? There's not really much else right now. We're seeing the higher tech stuff, but that's about it. So Mixu's got this rally point. You see just kind of blue streaming across the map here as more and more troops are using this forward position. He can just kind of reposition, put the weakened ones over there on the health camp, send the new full health units over here to pressure his opponent. And oh, a nice sneaky Shroud Stone appears out of nowhere to kind of help add a little bit of DPS, a little bit of protection against this, and it is doing a lot of work. Look at these Exos taking a lot of damage. He will focus this down, clean it up, but he's got to be careful because here comes the little Doombringer sneaking in from behind. Ooh, there was nothing in there to be able to drop it. It actually just gets sniped off here. And look at this. Jumping his way forward. Will throw down a Plague, and he does end up dodging that. Very nicely done here. Jumping on top of those Hellborns. Those get cleaned up here. And, oh, Infernal. Oh, my gosh. Lots of explosion. And he is trying to kind of reset this army and does a great job holding the line, resetting it. But what is the cost? How much economy does he still have? He's still doing okay. Has a lot of imps left. Have built a couple just for this lovely explosion here. And now we're seeing, ooh, a little forward sentry post. Is he going to put a repair bot in there and just like make that into a thing? No, he's going to lock this area down, going for a hard contain, keeping his opponent over here stuck at this location. Now he has not seen that there's going to be another base building up here yet. Imps not really able to do much. Couple imps trying to sneak their way away. Is he looking for the flank? He is. He's going to try to sneak his way behind here and go for an explosion and trap them as they try to run away. Here we go. Watch this. Sneaking his way forward, and there they go. Bombs, great splitting there, actually, and not actually able to do any significant damage with that. Good mindset there for Theory to try to come up with a plan to try to keep himself in this. And, oh, that was a decent hit there. But we're still seeing some Weavers get added in here. We're still seeing some Gaunts. So this is not over and done with by any means. We're seeing Theory continue to put up some pressure, put up some fight. He's expanding behind this. He needs to be able to consume. And there we see, boom, the health of the Weaver dropping and immediately skyrocketing back up as he has more troops to be able to start eating here. And that's the power of this huge tanky stalking unit here. Theory falls back. Going to be able to clean this up, get to be able to heal up. He's got a lot of really low, really hurt units, so he's got to be careful. And they're getting cleaned up by all these deer. Oh my gosh. The Exo really going to be the main thing helping him out here. But yeah, look at this. So much killed off there. Where's the additional? Yep, we got so many barracks getting added in here. I was going to say we need additional added in as well. Hangar Bay is going to get added in here, as well as the mech bay, so we can start sending troops over on the right-hand side of the map. Great shotgun blast coming down here from our Hellborn to kind of keep this at bay. And still, this is the way to play right now for Mixu with the bio. Keep the pressure on your opponent, because you don't know when, but it's going to happen with the overwhelming numbers that you could just overwhelm and push your way through. But you have to be very careful with your micro not to get caught and not to just get blown up by some imps, not to get caught by too many hell blasts. And we're going to see that explosion go down. Lots of fiends, though, getting close to this army. A couple of lancers there are trying to be the tanks in the process here, but not doing so well. And that shield really doing work on that Exo. Oh, nice. A med station. He's going to have, like, super healing going on here. Yeah, look at this. Huge influx. This is the power of he's got so many bases going on here. We are seeing imps work their way down. We're going to be seeing the whole right-hand side of the map taken versus the left-hand side for Mixu. And we're getting into the longer stages. Before long, more and more troops are going to start dying, and we could see Theory add in his dragon. The problem, the dragon isn't as effective in this situation where we have heavy Exo army. But he's not done. He's going to keep moving his way forward here. Start cleaning up some of these hogs, no problem. Some of the blasts getting taken place. You need to have a couple lancers in this army to absorb some hits, start being some tanks. Oh my gosh, he does just like immediately snipe it with the power of the Exos, and now he can kind of just take a couple extra hits. But like we said, it's just going to be that one little tipping point where you might actually, huge hits there. Might be able to just kind of push your way forward here, but that was nice. This army, though, is starting to crumple. He's got to get back and heal up. Ooh, a little bit of drop play that we could start to do. And look at this. The Bob's coming forward. They see this and says, no. You cannot have this base. This is my base. More imps coming, though. He could start getting some explosions going. We could be able to clean this up pretty easily. Yep, there's some Shroud Stones coming down. Oh, my God. So many imps. He said, yes, you're going to have a sentry post. That's cute and all. Does 10 damage. We'll even throw down a super fast Shroud Stone here. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Exos are here, ready to excavate this base. In the meantime, we still have the fighting forces over in the north. This is non-stop action in this game here. Mixu is trying to close this out and secure himself another game victory. He won on this map before, and he knows that he could be able to do it again if he can just keep this push and pressure going. Problem is, Theory is not going down without a fight, and he is now overwhelming this force that was over here. Yes, he's going to be able to secure this position and push out a little bit, but at what cost here? It's tough for him here. This little micro battle going on here. Mixu trying to fight for his life on the line. Theory not going down without a fight, refusing to give in, refusing to die to the Bioforce, and will finally be able to break that contain that existed here. There is an expansion. Bob's trying to find an angle to get in here, so Exo is going to move their way forward here, clean up these couple of imps, clean up this expansion, say, no, you can not have this. Fight over the bottom was taken care of as well. Imps trying to find where they're supposed to go. They wanted to sneak up to the north, not able to, actually have to fall back to the south. So Theory can try to take this base, but economically, We're going to see some damages to the economy coming out here. This base is going to be in a lot of trouble here. We do see a repair bot getting thrown in there so we can start to get this set up. Atlas is getting sieged up here. Has he gotten the upgrade yet? Oh, he has. The floor is now lava here. Any troops that get too close are going to get burned underneath that blue flame. Let's clear it up. Let's make some damage done. Let's make a little bit of extra pass for us to be able to get in and make something happen. There's the dragon. We talked about how much of a danger this can be the longer the game goes on. More troops that die allows you to get this flayed dragon, but so many exos are here, and look at how much damage is actually being done. Immediately the dragon is popped. Oh my gosh, that was so quick from all those exos there. And GG is called. Theria has to tap out, knowing that the dragon was his last-ditch effort there of trying to hold on, and we see Mixu getting another map victory here. We see this secluded grove as the map for him, and Theory still sitting there with a 3-2 lead. Did amazing job holding the line, but the bio play there was so good, so aggressive that he had no way to kind of keep up with it. He kept on his back foot trying to take these expansions, trying to stay in it, losing a base but still staying in it, really relying on the power of the Weavers, using the Weavers to eat all those fiends and stayed in it for as long as possible. But that is a tough battle to be in. Shout out to Mixu for the relentless non-stop assault. And oh no, we're going into some shenanigans now. Loser picks the map, and guess what Theory has said? I'm ready to siege you up. Let's go to Jagged Maw. There are siege camps here, and I'm planning on taking them. Theory versus Mixu. This is also the indication we know it's Jagged Maw because of the specific map, that loading screen that we've got there. So here is a doggo coming across the map. Over here. Let's get our intros going. Spawning up in the north. Currently leading the series, our Infernal host, sitting 3-2, trying to close out, needs one more game to win. It is Theory. His opponent, spawning in the south, taking out in a great epic series there, sitting here 2-3, trying to come back, trying to tie it up. He's got to win 2 more in a row to win the whole series. He is known as Mixu. A little bit of micro battles going on, keeping this alive. You can see these imps moving forward. We know what the plan is. We've seen it before. Let's get some shroud stones up here. Let's get ready to creep up and take this. How well are you going to go with this? What is the plan? How will Mixu respond? He's seen this before. He knows what he's fighting against. And this imp's job is to kind of keep this dog away from this, allow this to build up. And he needs this also to protect the gaunt that's coming out here. Ooh, dog ran through. Remember, there is these shrubberies here. These trees, only small units are able to run through these. That means that he can be able to kind of zip his way through, cause some problems, go through that winding maze path. Big units like brutes, not able to do that. All right, using that shroud stones, helping out. Is he going to start tearing through? He is. These destructible rocks are just like the destructible trees on Broken Crown. And we're going to see both players are opting for it. They know the name of the game. The name of the game is we're going to be creeping, getting siege camps, and trying to push even harder than you anticipate. Clear through this. Lots of gaunts going to be here supporting. He's got to be careful. Now, will he wait? Is he going to wait and utilize like extra troops, or is he just going to get it and go? Oh, the imp! It gets caught. Oh, cheeky. That was nice trying to get over there. Lancers here won't put a stop to that, so we don't have to worry about that. But siege camp's already here. Your Siege Camp's not ready. You're not done in time. And here we go. Gaunt's moving their way forward. Siege Camp coming out here. Lancers trying their best to micro. And oh my gosh, the chickens are still destroying the few Lancers in the back. It's all about this delay tactic. How well can he delay it? Where is the extra troops coming out here to help him out? But that is so many Gaunts in supporting of this catapult here. And it's all about your dodging. How well can you dodge this catapult fires here? And he's trying his best. Trying not to take too much damage, but look at these Gaunts. He's going to actually start getting some fiends off of this. And, ooh, actually trying to rotate and turn and says, hey, start shooting over here. You've got to sit here and micro. Look at this. Siege Camp is right up inside the base and now going to start shooting it. But all of these troops are getting very low. But he jumped on top of the Gaunts. This is huge. We'll be able to start cleaning up a lot of these Gaunts here because the Siege Camp is busy fighting a barracks. We don't care about that in this long run. And it does get popped. The Gaunts are getting killed. And that means the Siege Camp is up for grabs. We could have a second push coming backward. Look at this. These troops coming over here and realizing, what does this mean? This means things are going to get really bad for us very quickly here. We're going to catch a bunch of Gaunts. Ooh, nice. A second one shows up. He's going to die. Goes down swinging. Fiend's here watching to see. Now he knows the truth. It's about to get really dead. Oh my gosh. Is he going to try to snipe it? If you click on this before your opponent does, you get access to that. I think he's going to do that. He's got the look. He's ready. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Because here's the next wave. Lots of brutes. Lots of Gaunts. Oh my gosh. He did. He got it. Oh, surprise. There's now a Siege Camp for me. And here's the next wave of forces. Oh, man. And there was a base that got taken as a secret base. There's not as many fighting forces. But if he can draw this force back up into the main base and force him to start fighting this barracks again, it would go out. It would go very well for him. But he's got to keep dodging. Got to keep delaying. This guy is so low. This rank 2 elite, he's got a lot of health, a lot of damage. Right now, he's only got 6. Really need to be able to get this guy up here. This habitat, though, is going to be tough. If you lose this, that means no more production. You're going to be supply capped here. And he's going to scramble and try to get up here, getting into the main base. Oh, look! Hey, the catapult has found your base, and it's going to keep sieging up on this. What are you going to do about it? Oh, it's finally moving forward. Okay, now it's the scramble. It's the all-in. We've got to do everything we can to defend this. Bob's coming in here, trying to surround. They've gotten the overcharge. Lancers come in on the back, and we see a lot of the forces are surrounded. It's a mass chaos here as so many Bobs, so many Lancers are doing their best to hold the line, to fight things off. There's still Gaunts. There's still Fiends. There's still Brutes here holding it, but it looks like the catapult will fall here. And now we're starting to see the next transition into it. The Lancers are falling. He's trying to get a secondary barracks up here. Bobs are all that's really left here to fight as the swarm of Fiends are going to just jump on top of this army. The Gaunts are there. GG is called, and we see Theory take the series 4-2, becoming the first champion here at our Alpha Navigator Cup Finals. What an amazing game. That all came down to the shenanigans of the Fiend grabbing that second Siege Camp. We knew it was going to be a Siege Camp finish. We knew it was, but it was such a exciting way to finish up the series there. And congratulations to Theory for taking it. Prize pool is up to $813 there. So that means, what is our final? Do we have it updated? It might not be updated on there yet, but we do have enough. So top 16 does get paid out there. So at least $200 going to first place, at least $100 going to second place, which is meaning Theory does get that prize pool. Mixu getting second place there. Amazing, amazing events. Shout out to Adiko for setting up and running this. Now, again, the way that this worked out is there was 8 events leading up to these, and then we got to go into this amazing finals here for you. This is the number 0, right? Because we were in the alpha event, the beta events. We're going to be getting and seeing more of this action soon. Well, there'll be a dark period as we get into the hush hush, not allowed to show anymore until the next big beta wave, which will be happening, my guess, come summertime when they have the next big, hey, we'll release more stuff, you're allowed to show more things, as we're keeping things under wrap going forward here. But what an exciting series, what an exciting way to showcase so many high level players today. So awesome stuff that we got to see.